Hello, beautiful Seren Stars, and welcome to your pick a card reading. So we have pile 1 with the beautiful 3 of Cups there. And for pile 2, we have the wonderful Knight of Wands. And for pile 3, we have the Queen of Swords. Beautiful. So as usual, we're going to go over the basic meaning of your main cards, and I'm going to shuffle a couple of cards together now with you, and then as we go along we'll shuffle some cards and I'll add some bits in, and as a spiritualist medium I'll see what I pick up, whether that's visuals or smells or feelings or words. There's a whole shebang of different things that come through. Okay, so if you just pick whichever card that you feel the most drawn to. Okay, you could pause the video if that helps, so you kind of focus in a bit more. Let's shuffle some of these other main cards to go with each pile. So pile 1, Spirit, can we have a card for pile 1, please? We want to know what's going to be happening, what exciting events or news or guidance over the next couple of months, November and December, please, Spirit. Okay, so that's for pile 1. Pile 2, what exciting events or things are happening over the next couple of months. So pile 2 is your card. And as I was opening up today, I have my whole security system and golden doors that I go through. I keep shuffling. Okay, there we go. Right, this one. I was put in this beautiful sari, and then they put like a red bindi on my head. I'll research exactly what the red bindi symbolizes, but it felt like a wedding I was going to or something like that. They often put me in different outfits to give me messages about the reading. And there was lots of gold jewelry and stuff like that. So I know we have many people from Indian cultures, Arabic cultures, Asian cultures that watch, and I feel truly, truly blessed to have everyone from all over the globe, including England, watching. I really am honoured, actually, to see on the stats people from many, many miles away taking part in this little community we've got going on here. Anyway, let me stop waffling as per usual. Let's go on. I want to choose another card for pile 1. Spirit, can we have a card, messages, what's going to be happening over the next couple of months for pile 1? Anything that you can give us about celebrations or news? Okay, we're going to go for that one. Just put that under there, pile 1. And for pile 2, can we have messages about what's coming up for them over November and December and beyond if need be? But yeah, anything that you can give us, please. Thank you. And pile 3, what do we have coming up for pile 3 over November and December? Any exciting news or celebrations? Ooh, that one jumped out, so we will go with that one. Okay, we'll just have a quick look at those cards so we can see what ones you have. Right, pile 1, you have the 6 of Swords, as well as your 3 of Cups. Oh wow, the Tower, and you have calcite, but look at the beautiful collection of calcite there you have going on. Let's go on for pile 2, and you have the 3 of Swords. as your second card, and your third card, the Emperor Purite. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. We'll try and pronounce that properly. How that beautiful purple there. Okay, so they're your 3 cards. Pile 3. You have the 2 of Cups. How wonderful was that? And you have, I pulled this the other day, Justice, Tourmaline Quartz. Okay, so there are your piles. Again, if you want to pause the video and sort of see which one you feel the most drawn to, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, beautiful pile number 1, and you chose for your pile the 3 of Cups. So what we're going to do first is go over the basic meaning of the cards, and then as a spiritualist medium, I'll tune in and see what messages Spirit and the cards give to me. Okay, we're going to shuffle you some other cards too, and some charms and anything else they may want to throw in as well. Just move my pen out the way, we don't want that in shot. Right, so let's shuffle this pile. What is coming up for pile number 1 over November and December, or going into the new year, please? I want to continue shuffling. I was going to take one. I thought, no, I just wasn't feeling that. So either feels right or it doesn't. Okay, we may pull some more from those. We'll see how we go. Right, what for pile number 1 do we have coming up over November, December? Any information that you can give me? And I've just, as I was tuning in, I was being put in this beautiful sort of sari and shawl, and had this bindi put on my head, and I know we have people from all across the globe watching, and this outfit is kind of reminding me of kind of Indian and Asian inspired outfits. Okay, we're just gonna I'm not feeling it. I'll tell you what, I will shuffle as long as I need to get the right card. We want it to be right, don't we? Okay. You know intuitively, or it jumps out. I always hope that they just jump out. Okay, another card for pile number 1. What can you give us? Messages, guidance. Go for this one. All right, let's move those out the way. Okay, so we'll go for the charms. Let's do the charms. Let's get that out of the way, because my memory's like a fish at the moment and I forget things. So apologies if you're sound sensitive. Let's give these a shake. Take the lid off, and I can't see from this angle, okay? And I'm looking the other way as I'm doing this. Right. Ooh, I had a few stuck. Oh, wow, look at that one. Looks like a little bunny rabbit, doesn't it? A white bunny rabbit. I'm not really sure of the symbolism of white bunny rabbits spiritually, so I will look that up. It makes me think of kind of energy and spring and, purity and all that kind of thing. What have we got next? What's this? Oh, it's a flower. I was around the wrong way. It's a blue flower. Sorry, that was my water bottle there making that noise. How beautiful is that? I don't know what flower it is. It looks a bit like a blue daisy, doesn't it? But if you know exactly what flower that could be, let us know. So that's your charms. Right, let's put that over there out the way a minute. So let's get into the basic meaning of your cards first before I tune in and see what messages I get. So, the 3 of Cups, this is joy and gatherings and weddings, and that's what I was feeling like. I was being put into like this wedding outfit, and I have had this before in readings when they're trying to tell me about people getting married around certain celebrations, and it's about reunion, and it's also about growth. So that's the very basic meaning there. And this I pick mainly again for the crystal. So you have beautiful calcite, and look, you've got every kind of color that you can go for there. And calcite is about energy amplification and, you know, bringing you energy and guidance and releasing blockages. So that's beautiful. And the tower, that's about endings, you know, out with the old and in with the new is the way I always think of that card, kind of knocking everything down that wasn't working and building, you know, back up with strong foundations again. Six of Swords, this is transition and a journey, and it's moving from a difficult past, you know, into a more hopeful future. Right, so let me tune in and see what I'm getting with this card. So I am being given the words celebration, and I am being given the words wedding. So it will be interesting to see how many of you are probably attending weddings or getting married around, you know, November, December time, and different festivals that go on, you know, across the globe. Please put in the comments there. Being given the words promised land and promise and promises. So I don't know if some of you have been given promises, you know, over the coming months. I mean, this could be related to all facets of life because we are covering, you know, many people from across the globe and many situations, but the message could still be the same. So you may have been promised a new job, or you met, you know, a new position, someone telling you, I'm seeing someone in an office now, so they could be saying, oh, this job's yours, you know, we're going to promote you or something like that. It could be a partner has been promising you something, maybe a new car or a new handbag, or that you're going on holiday, or even, I mean, shown the engagement ring, or, you know, like, yeah, getting married or moving in together. So there's a whole selection of things that can cover there. Is there anything else? And they're drawing me to her belly, and it's winding and it's moving like a belly dancer would. And as she's doing it, okay, here I can see the cups are spilling everywhere, and this is abundance. But I'm seeing her myself. She's dancing, but as she's dancing, she's holding on to these cups, and she's not spilling a drop in my visual that I'm seeing here over the card. And that's quite a skill, isn't it? So some of you may have been balancing a lot of things, but you're doing this really skillfully. I've been given the words organizing. So that is that time of year, isn't it? And I've been given this a lot lately, and to do with celebrations, organizing things and having many hats to wear, as we would say in the UK. You know, you have different roles and you have different responsibilities in life. But here she is, and I'm seeing her holding these cups up, and she's dancing with them in each hand, and she's not actually, in my vision, spilling a single drop. You know, you've honed your skills. I'm being given a sentence, what is due to come to you, for hard work, you know. And again, this could be effort that you put into a relationship, or a career, or your family. I'm being given the word award. So for some of you, you may individually be winning an award, or your company may be winning an award, but there's definitely recognition and celebration coming in there. And again, the word abundance, and I'm very much being drawn into the gold here. And now they're showing me this lady, and I know she has gold on her, but I can't see any gold jewelry, and they're just adding layers and layers of gold jewelry onto her, and they're putting like a piece across her head to the jewel there. So that may be very significant to many of you for celebrations, like outfits, particular outfits that you would wear, especially if it is people from Indian and Asian countries. I'm just going to take a sip of my water. Sorry. My throat today. Maybe some of you are having trouble with your throat chakra and expressing yourself, you know. So humming and saying can be quite beneficial to kind of cleanse your throat chakra. And being given the word speak your truth. So that's really important. If there's anything you're not happy with at the moment, I've been given the message to speak your truth. What else can you give me, Spirit? signs. And I had this again this week, signs. Look out for signs from spirit around you. That could be like someone I gave a reading to, a robin was a sign from a family member, because that family member had a strong connection to a robin that used to visit in their garden. It could be a pigeon. It could be a feather. Look out for the signs and the magic around you. I'm being shown. And she's swirling around her, and I'm seeing her dancing and dancing, and she's getting faster and faster. So I feel like your energy will be increasing, even if you're feeling a bit burnt out at the moment. Okay, with organizing whatever it is that you're organizing. I'd love to know in the comments. Please put down if you are organizing something to do with work or a wedding or a party, or the up and coming celebrations. We draw down to the fruit there, so I feel that it's very important to remember your health and still to nourish yourself. I'm being given the word kickstart, so some of you may have actually just started like a healthy eating plan or a diet or something to cleanse your mind, your body, and your soul. Okay, they're telling me to move on. So go to the tower and the calcite. The calcite it's that energizing stone. And I feel that you've been amplified. Like I see her spinning around and almost recharging as she's doing that. And that's what calcite does. It amplifies energy and releases blockages. So like in my throat, it feels a bit blocked today for some reason. So maybe there's something I need to express myself that I'm not expressing. And the tower, it feels like it could be that you've just come out of something in a situation. But it's definitely, again, the out with the old and in with the new. They're drawing me into these crystals here, and they almost look like the ice cubes that I was seeing in a reading that I did this week. So if you watched that reading about thawing your heart out, some of you may have felt quite frozen in something or a certain situation, or your heart may have felt quite closed down to opportunities and things like that. So they're just drawing my attention into that, about opening your heart chakra there. It's really interesting. We had the green calcite there. I didn't actually realize calcite came in so many different colors, all clear. Right. I've been given the word abundance again, and this card is very much a card of abundance. And been given the words movement, so it feels like there's a lot of movement. So again, covering everyone, this could be movement as in moving. This could be movement as in traveling to another country to be with family over the celebrations. It could be moving to a new job. It could be moving into a new love or a new relationship, or away from an old one and into a new one. And I'm being given the word new beginnings and fresh start, which is often with the tower. We have that again, out with the old, in with the new. I don't want to sound like a parrot there, repeating myself. And they just show me a record, an old record player, and a parrot. It's like on repeat. You may have felt like you was in a cycle that was on repeat, but you're coming out of that. That's very much the message that I'm getting through here. And they're telling me to move on to the next card. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords, and that is transition and a journey and moving from a difficult past and a hopeful future. So that matches perfectly with the Tower, out with the old and in with the new. And if you see it on the original card, I believe they're in a boat and they're traveling across the sea, and they're traveling away from old shores to new shores is what I'm being reminded of here. Right, let me just focus. And these swords in front have almost look like a prison, don't they? And blockages, and this reminds me of like a chakra. And I was seeing her swirling and whirling and the energy increasing. So maybe some of you have had energy issues and not felt the most energetic, but I see that changing here. And I'm being given the sentence which I was also given the other day, is the wheel keeps on turning. And I think there's a song which I will find that song to pop in there. I won't sing that one because I can't remember how it goes. They're telling me to focus. Okay. I try and fit everything in and keep on that flow. And I don't like too many gaps, but then I'm not focusing enough. Yeah, the wheels keep on turning, and movement. So yeah, maybe you have felt stuck in certain situations. But this is like a fast energy, and they're just reminding me of what I found out today from someone I follow. I followed her for years, who does readings. I'm not sure if she's on TikTok as well as YouTube. I may link her in there, but I don't want her to think I'm using her platform to boost mine. But she's fabulous, and she mentioned today about this energy and how it's coming in, how it's very fast moving, and how you need to. I will put a little bit in there. I'll research it exactly the terminology. To describe this event that I'm talking about, a planetary and energy event. And she was saying that you have to jump on and make the most of this window of energy, because it will amplify, and that fits in with the amplification of the calcite and the amplification of her spinning and the energy increasing. So it's about seizing that moment, the opportunity, because it can either be you jump on and you are orbited kind of into stratosphere of success and abundance and progression, or if you're holding on, they're showing me someone holding on to the past, you're going to end up being dragged back down into the past. So you have to jump on, like quick action. I'm seeing someone clicking their fingers and grab on to these opportunities that come in your way. And I'm also being given the sentence like self-imposed prison. So it almost looks like a prison there. For some of you are kind of keeping yourself imprisoned. It could also be, as we have many people here, many faces of the same person, it looks like, but it could be other people trying to hold you back. So it's like complete release of the past and moving forward. Okay, which card shall I go for next? I'm going to go for this one. Loosen your grip, coping mechanism, density, addiction, let God in. And I was seeing a visual of someone holding on, wasn't I, and not wanting to let go. So it's definitely a strong message here about letting go of the past, letting go of past patterns, letting go of past ways of dealing with things. Again, this could be work situationship, this could be love situationship, it could be where you live, it could be the way that you think about yourself or your self-talk. It could be like your mental health, it could be your physical health. And I see about this like new healthy patterns and new diets and stuff like that. So it's a completely transforming. And as I look at this card, and I've seen this before, it feels like that's the old falling and then the new you submerging and rising up there. So definitely loosen your grip on these old outdated patterns and make the most of this new energy and abundance coming in. Jump onto this wagon. I'm seeing someone jumping onto it's an old wooden wagon, and you wouldn't expect it to be a particularly fast one, but horses can go particularly fast. And I've been given the word Trojan, so Trojan horse. So I will look up the significance of that in relation to this reading when I'm doing the editing there. Been given the word energy. I'm being given the word rising up. Been given the collective energy. So also the planet's energy is rising, so jump on that ship of rising with all the other individuals that are rising up for the betterment of humanity or their own lives, animals and the environment and all kinds of things. It feels like there's a huge shift, and the words that I'm seeing here and the feelings that I'm being given. Anything else that you can give me there, Spirit? Move forward, they're telling me. Okay, let's go on to this one. Going too fast, slow down, take your time. Well, that's kind of the opposite of um what I was seeing and what I was feeling. Okay, I was feeling like you needed to jump on this fast opportunity. All right, so others may be saying to you, you know, slow down, take it easy, come on, come and sit back with us, come on, you know, let's go to the bar and have 20 drinks and chill. But the message I'm getting and being given here from spirit and intuitively is jump on that train. Get on that train that's taking you to the fast lane. It's taking you to that ascension. It's taking you to that evolving as a person. Okay, and I will look up the number 56 and see what the numerology significance is there. So I don't think you're going too fast. I think you need to jump on that train, jump on that wagon. I was seeing a wagon, wasn't I? Oops. So that's interesting. I was seeing things, you know, going fast. So for you, I think it's the message. You need to speed up. You need to make these changes and make them as soon as possible. You know, don't put off what you can do today. Don't keep putting it off. And I'm being given the words mindset. It's all about your mindset. It's not to say don't stop and take breaks as a human needs in between, like to eat, to drink, to self-care. It's not that kind of keep going until you burn yourself out message, but it's jumping on that train of opportunities and not missing. They're showing me positive windows, not missing those positive windows of opportunity. Okay, right, let's go on to your next card. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. And that encompasses basically what we're saying. So, coming up over the next month or two, November, December, I think that very much is the message and the theme with this reading. Is that energy changing, you ascending, you evolving, you jumping on to this train of luck and positivity and new adventures too. I'm seeing the word adventures. And if it is these old patterns, whether ways of thinking and ways of being, that's a fantastic way. Imagine them, all those unwanted thoughts and doubts and fears and hurt, just dissolving into light. And it's creating these new windows of opportunity there. I'll censor that with my now, just in case. And how beautiful is that? I'm just going to focus a bit more. I've been given the word promises again. Is that what I said at the beginning of this reading? I'm sure I did. Promises. I think we're like here, and I'm seeing the words too. It goes so fast, the images and the feelings. Promises to yourself, and it's almost like she's deep in thought and she's under this spiritual tree and meditating, and she's almost holding her heart there and saying to herself, you know, making promises to herself that she's not going to break, that she's going to keep. She's going to keep to those changes that she's planning to make or you've began making. Okay, a promise to yourself. I'm being given this sentence: be kind to yourself, look after yourself, mind, body and soul. And that's been a huge theme coming through in readings lately. But I do feel as well promises from someone else, you know, someone from the outside. So there could be gifts coming in and things coming in and these new opportunities other people are presenting you. But I think it's also really important, is what I'm being shown here, is that keeping promises to yourself, you know, that you're going to take care of yourself, that you're going to accept those opportunities, that you're going to accept those compliments, that you're going to put in the work really to have a better future. And they show me her holding her heart in her hand and reaching out to someone. So some of you may be literally giving your heart and your love to someone else. If it is like marriage that I was seeing there, and you're making promises, well, yeah, come to think of it, marriage is a promise, isn't it? It's a promise to love and to dedicate your life together. Yeah, I suppose you put it that way, and to honor and to be faithful and to all of those vows. I know every culture are going to have different vows that they take, but I think I've been given the word union. When there's a union, there are those promises, aren't there? And you're kind of bonded spiritually and legally kind of into those promises, aren't you? By the rings that you wear. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, let's go. I'm going to turn that over because just in case we get highlighted for the image there. And that looks to me, I will again research the white rabbit, but how beautiful is that? And she's got rosy cheeks there. And often if you're running around, you're doing this and doing that, you get rosy cheeks. I'm being given the word blossom and cherry blossom. So for some of you, I know some Asian cultures that's very significant, isn't it? Cherry blossom. But I will research and look up the meaning, spiritual meaning of cherry blossom. Again, I'm being given hope springs eternal, which I've been given before, and that's beautiful. Been given the words raising the vibration of the planets and bunnies. I suppose they are like. There's that advert I'm being reminded of. I think it was rabbits advertising a batteries, power and this energy. And they hop here and there and everywhere, don't they? They're kind of speedy animals, full of life. Is there anything else you can give me? Move on. Okay, let's go on to the flower. This is beautiful, isn't it? And that golden center there. And my heart chakra is opening up as I'm looking at that golden center of the flower. I will see if I can find out what flower this most represents. But blue would be the throat chakra, and I was feeling like issues with the throat chakra and expression. Okay. I've been given the words let loose, so it's like let yourself go and dance and enjoy and celebrate. Don't take life so seriously. As I was given yesterday, life is a dance and life is a song. And then they give me the birds chirping, the birds singing, and they've showed me this before to represent, the birds wake up chirping and singing. They don't wake up grumpy and then have to have their coffee and all sorts of the issues. Just try and live more of a simple way of, thinking and more high vibrational being and living. They give me word daisy, and I was given daisies yesterday, so maybe this is a daisy. And daisy is about they were showing me yesterday, he loves me not, he loves me, he loves you not. It's an old practice of taking off each petal of a daisy to see if the person loves you or not. So again, it represents love, but it's also hope and love springs eternal and a fresh start. And I see someone again running through a field of daisies. I've been shown that, and I was shown that yesterday. So maybe you watched that reading yesterday and felt you could take a lot of that. So they're kind of reiterating that message in this pile. Yeah, and they just keep giving me hope springs eternal, which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, pile one. That is your reading. What's coming up over the next couple of months? November, December, possibly going into the new year. And please put in the comments if you can take any of this and you have weddings coming up or celebrations or anything that's really significant for you. I'd really love to know. And thank you to the thousands of people who've watched the videos. I think I've got like 18,000 views on one, which is amazing. I was really happily surprised and happily shocked. It's not what I expected. So if you enjoy the readings, leave a comment and follow. Let's grow this little community that we have here going on. And yeah, really honored to have you here and do this reading for you with my team. Okay, pile number one, I fill this reading with so much love and so much light, and I will see you in the next reading. God bless. Hello, beautiful pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. And I really thank you for joining me here today. So, as usual, I'm going to go over the basic meanings of each card, and then I'm going to shuffle, or we are going to shuffle some cards together and see what we pull out. And I've also got some charms that we are going to pull together. And then after we've done that, as a spiritualist medium, I'll tune in and I'll see what messages that I'm given from spirit and the cards. Okay, now cleared that out the way. So let's get into the basic meaning of your cards. So we have the wonderful Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is bold and it's passion and it's charging ahead. That's an adventure too. That's the basic meaning of that card there. And then we have the Three of Swords, and that is sadly like heartbreak and conflict and sorrow, and it can be emotional pain and sort of mental torture sometimes for some of us, like mental health issues. And then we have the wonderful Emperor, and I mainly go for the crystals on these cards, and I think I pronounced that incorrectly before. It's purpurite. Please correct me if I got that wrong. And purpurite is transformation and spiritual growth. And I'll research after, and I'll put a bit more in there about that card. But isn't that beautiful? I don't think I've ever owned a piece of that. Right, so that's the basic meaning, and I will tune into those and give a more in-depth reading, more images I pick up, words, feelings, all those kinds of things. So let's shuffle for you. What have you got coming up? Pile number 2 over the next couple of months, November, December. What surprises or what guidance can Spirit give you? I'm trying to slow down the reading and not go so fast. Although the last reading I felt that I was going really fast. Thank you, that card there. But the message, it makes sense. I mean, the message was about going faster and that fast energy in pile 1. So for this one, I feel a little bit more chill actually. So for pile 2, can you give me messages? Pile 2, what's going to be happening over the next couple of months? Thank you. Let's go for this pile. Spirit and the cards, can you give me messages? What's going to be happening over the next couple of months? November, December and beyond. Go for that one. Let's move those out the way. Charms. Sorry if you sound sensitive. I am. But I don't know. It doesn't sound too noisy. Right, I'm going to do it like that. I'll take that off so I can't actually see from this angle, and I'm turning my head. I'm going to give a good shimmy. Oh, that's my now. Oh God, I'm just so funny. One of my false nows, I thought that just fallen off, but somehow it's ended up in the charms pot. So do you know what? I'm going to keep that. We're going to keep that for your reading. Because for my day-to-day, I prefer shorter nows, but for the readings or special events, I put on longer nows. Oh, that's hilarious. Let me just shake that again. Okay, let me try again. Maybe we needed that bit of laughter and that release there. I am feeling that my throat chakra's a bit tight. I'm always pulling this one, and I think there's 2 of them in the charms. Yeah, so obviously that's meant to come through. Let me just look the other way. Oh, feels quite small. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a dove, a peace dove, and then it kind of matches there with the colours there, doesn't it? The blue, and then we have the gold. How lovely is that? Unless it's a pigeon. I mean, I love pigeons too, but I think it's a dove for peace. I don't think I really... I think I forgot to go over the Emperor, my Nemo brain today. So apologies if I did. I just quickly mentioned the basic meanings of the Emperor. So I can't remember if I mentioned it. And that stability and that's authority, and it's like a fatherly figure, guidance and protection even. Okay. So that's the basic meaning there. If I obviously mentioned it, I'll edit that out. Right. So let's get your first card. And I'm still giggling to myself about that now coming out there. But yeah, that's quite hilarious. Right, let me tune in and see what I get. What can you give me? I've been given the word move forward and charge forward. And I was given in the reading I just did for pile one, they said about the chariot and seeing a chariot. So I did see, a chariot. So I could, maybe that's what I was seeing when I was seeing like the cart looking thing. Maybe it was more of a chariot than a cart. So I will look up the significance of chariots and like warriors. It gives me that energy here when I'm looking at this card, right? And I'm seeing here again, charging forward, charging forward. So this could be, again, it could be work related, it could be love, relationships, it could be moving to a new home, any facet of your life that you can think of, really. Sometimes they give me a message as in it's more to do with this for more people, but it can cover all sorts, the message remains the same. I'm being drawn into to the background. It feels like you can see the dust rising from the ground there, and I'm being given the word desert. So for some of you, it may have been feeling, where you were. I'm being given the words barren, which I think means like nothing or gone. I will research that after. Barren lands, like there's nothing there anymore for you or in this situation. When we're looking at the future, aren't we, over the next couple of months. So moving forward, so it's like you're moving away from something. And I got that in the last reading. There's a card I picked. So if maybe pile one, don't watch it if you don't want to, but that might be worth watching as well. I'm being given the words linked in, and often they can link in all these readings. Being given the word soldier and the words ending. So for some of you, you may have been in the army or military, or you may have a relative in the army or military and they're away a lot or something like that. So they could be coming, it's very specific, but this is what I'm seeing here. So they could be coming home for the up and coming celebrations that we'll have Christmas in the UK and America. But obviously I have people from all wonderful people from all countries and different cultures. So you'll have your own celebrations around this time of year. And my hand is really heating up as I'm moving it over this card. And this does look quite hot there, doesn't it? So maybe it's a hot country we're talking about. Maybe they're abroad in another hot country. I'm being given the word release or released. So for some of you, I mean, I know we have these awful atrocities going on across the world. So it could be for some of you that, they're being released from duty or they're being released from being captured. I'm being given the word honor. They're being honored. So when they're coming home, I'm being given the sentence battle weary. Again, this could be literal, what I'm seeing, but these images could be symbolical for a situation that you are in your life, which could feel like a battle if it's a relationship or a job environment you're not happy in. And I'm seeing the sentence come to its end. It's run its course. Whatever this is, it's run its course. And horses, I mean, they run, don't they? And race and charge ahead. You're definitely leaving something behind. Been given the word new beginnings, okay, and the words fresh start. And my voice feels stronger and it feels deeper. It feels like this authoritative energy and very male energy. I mean, you don't have to be male, you can be female, non-identifying. But it's just the way they try and explain that energy and how we can kind of understand it when we're explaining to other people this strength. And they give me the word honor again, and I'm seeing medals put on someone. Also, they're showing me the heaven side, people that passed away, family that fought for their countries, and I'm being given the word freedoms. They fought for the freedoms that we have now and today, and we see in society it's almost like they're trying to drag that back and change it, and monitor and all kinds of things like that. And the word oppression, so for some of you in certain cultures, you may have been quite repressed. But again, it could be a situation where you're being repressed, or felt that you had no freedoms, and that energy is coming in to shift that and to change that. But again, it could be literal, as in people in the military and the army, or people that work away, that are coming back home. I'm seeing the words going home. Fought a long battle. And the promised land again. I'll look up promised land and research what that means, because it often has a bigger message behind it. Okay, let's move on to the next card here. Right, let's go with the Three of Swords. Oh God, I jumped there. Oh my God, my nerves today. That was my bottle of water. It's done that twice now as I'm doing the readings. And my heart went there. And the Three of Swords is heartbreak. And my heart literally jumped out of my chest there, as that bottle made that sound. And it's sorrow, and it's an emotional pain, and it's conflict, and it's betrayal. So that could be this situation that they're moving away. And conflict, I mean, in war there is conflict. I mean, we see these swords here, and there's like warriors' arms, so there's fighting and defending. Okay, I've seen the sentence defending your honor, defending your lands, defending your rights of freedom. So it's quite a big message, a big global message. But again, it could be in the office, not just in the office. There could be battles going on in the office, that have been making you unhappy. So please take into account, it's not just necessarily these big global issues, because we are covering everything here, but the message remains the same. Honor, there's very much something about honor. And there's something I'm seeing, the sentence, honor unaliving, and I don't like that. I don't like to see that sentence and that to come into the readings, but that may make sense to many of you, who are from different countries. But it's definitely an ending of something that's not working and that's not right, and moving into something better and brighter. And I'm being given the word blessings. And I'm seeing like soldiers coming back with different wounds, and kind of they've got crutches, and they've had a really difficult time. And I've been given the word healing, and my hand has been heating up a lot. And that often I was getting like hotter countries, but also healing being sent across the globe there. So if that is a literal situation with you, or family, or people that or your countries, I send you, lots of love and lots of light, okay, your way, and lots of healing. Honor, honor, honor. There's so much about honor here. These symbols, I've been drawn into them. Tell me if any of those look similar to symbols in your cultures or your religions. Can you give me anything else, please? Being drawn into the sort of the rainbow crystal stones there, and the rainbow in the background, okay? And there's light. It's like light at the end of the tunnel, the gold at the end of the rainbow. There is hope and there is promise. And new beginnings again, new beginnings again. Okay, let's move on to the next card. So the Emperor. How wonderful is that one? And that is stability, authority, father figure guidance, and protection. So, whatever this situation is, this reading and spirit and the cards are bringing in that energy of protection and that energy of strength. As I was feeling in my voice and in my even my mannerisms, I was feeling stronger. Whatever you're going through, even if they're battle weary, there's this strength coming in. There's this inner strength that I'm being shown that's within yourself, within the people in this situation, and around here, around you. Oh, this word honor is on repeat. Honor, 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 honor. So you may have someone around you who's very much that word. They may use that word, honor. We must honor. Yeah, fatherly energy. I'm seeing like a fatherly figure now. And he's not from this country, but it doesn't matter. That can represent a fatherly figure from any culture or any country. So that's just what they're showing me. Can you give me images and messages, please? They're telling me to focus. Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, my chest does feel a bit tight there. Promised lands. They're just giving me promised lands again, and I really don't know the significance of promised lands, the promised lands, or the promised land. I really would love to know if there's anyone who does have something like that going on. Please, if you feel comfortable sharing, or even just yes, I can completely take that message. Because sometimes I feel like it's quite out there what I'm getting, but often it is so significant, even if I don't understand. And we got the purple here, and the purple is very, very healing. But this stone looks quite a strong stone, doesn't it? Like a strong, sturdy stone. There's nothing faffy or glittery about it. It's like for so much strength for something. Look at this. And maybe some of you just needed a lot of strength coming in around this situation, whether it's work, romance, literal being in the military, or relatives, or things going on across the world that you're connected to. So much strength, and they're lifting someone up from the floor, like lifting them up. So some of you may have felt so like I've seen the heartbreak and sorrow, very sad with what's going on around you. Okay, but the next couple of months we're seeing this strength coming in and sweeping you up off the floor, or this person literally coming in and sweeping you up off the floor. Or again, it could be a job change. This sudden someone offering you this great opportunity when you thought you were going to be stuck in a certain situation or relationship. You could be meeting someone that comes in and brings that strength and that energy and that support, and they're like they'll fight for you till the end kind of person. They'll have your back, and it takes away all that sorrow and that pain and that heaviness. See the word enhance or enhancement. So definitely enhancing your life. There's something coming along. Okay, what card shall I go for next? I'm going to go for this one. Next couple of days, and number 31. So I will look up the numerology, spiritual meaning of 31, and I'll pop that in there. But this just feels lighter and brighter when I look at this, and maybe for some of you it may be happening in the next couple of days. So again, add in there, if anything happens, let us know. We'd love to know what's going on. So it's almost like it feels like it's sweeping away this, it almost looks like a fluid, doesn't it, kind of being moved along and moved away. So as well as getting coming in and seeing the word rescue and home, I also feel like it's swooping and getting rid of anything heavy around you and surrounding you. I'm getting the sentence or the words positive news. Positive news. So in the next couple of days, you could be getting positive news that's really gonna, I'm seeing, turn around this situation, turn it around, lifting you up. They're lifting this woman up from the ground. She's on the floor in sorrow and sadness, but someone's lifting her up. I can literally see someone, it's a male figure, helping her up off the floor. She's like hopeless on the floor. So it's bringing in a message of hope. So whatever the situation is, please remain hopeful, okay? Something's coming, someone's coming. And I'm getting really emotional as I'm talking about this. I want to swoop in and swoop up myself. And I think with a lot of things going on across the world, with not just our day-to-day, we want to swoop in and help, It's like help is on the way is very much the message that I'm being given here. Oops, sorry, my phone just went into low power mode there. I may have to pause and recharge my phone for a bit. It's where I've got the mic plugged in, the mic end bit that attaches to the mic that's on me. I can't plug it in to charge as I film, which is annoying. Well, that's the least of the worries, isn't it, on the planet? It's my charging. That's a simple fix. Right, let's go on to the next card. Let's go this one. Right, well, I've pulled this again. I'm amazed. I am sure I pulled this in pile 1, and you see me shuffle the cards, okay? Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. And again, she's holding her heart. She's holding her chest. And these cards can have different meaning for each reading, or what I'm picking up. And I was talking about the heart, and I was talking about the chest, and then we had the 3 of swords, which is broken heart and sorrow, okay? And I've been given the word healing. So I feel there's a lot of healing coming your way, and whatever this situation is for you over the next couple of months, all right? I'm seeing it being lifted literally. You lifted literally off of the floor, all right? Because it may have felt really heavy. Imagine all the unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating new opportunities, room for new opportunities and possibilities. So I think you're really going to have to work as well, okay? You're going to have to work to, you've been through a lot by the looks of things, by the sound of things. So you're going to have to put in the work too. And I've been shown the footwork, and I was shown yesterday, I've been shown now, they're taking someone's foot and putting it in front of the other, like baby steps, one step at a time. You got to keep moving forward, okay? Moving forward. How beautiful is that one? Let's go into your next card. That was got a bit heavy there, didn't it? You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. And I've had this card again this week. So if you're different, if you're not feeling like you're fitting in, whether it's fitting into the office or fitting into a country or a relationship or friendships, change, move from that situation, move from this, what's not serving you, like this desert area that's not nourishing you or enhancing your life in any way, okay? Embrace your differences, whether you're different cultures or neurodivergent, whatever it is, or different sexuality. Embrace who you are. Love yourself. And it's like she's opening her arms up to the universe and just going like, here I am. Self-acceptance is very much what I'm feeling, and we're being given here in the cards. Let me focus and see what else I get. I've seen the words turn around, and I see her turning around. Why does she have to try? Well, face your true north, facing your problems, facing what's going on. You may have been feeling like, I can't face it, I'm just going to ignore it, I'm just going to hide myself away. And I see that woman on the floor just kind of crumbled up into the fetal position. We don't have to take that literally, but it could mean literally. It could just be figuratively what they're trying to show me. You're feeling like, oh, this situation at work or this relationship or, whatever it is. There's so much light coming, and there's so much out there for you. Open your arms to life. Face the truths within. Face the truths without. It's the only way to move forward in that energy, okay? One foot in front of the other. Baby steps. They're showing me someone like when they're having rehabilitation, when they've had like an operation or something, you know, so physically they have to be rehabilitated with is it occupational therapy or physiotherapy and things like that. So some of you may have, I don't know, broken a leg or had an operation and you're needing that help. But I think more the message is it's about getting moving and putting in that work each day to then rebuild yourself back up again. And you know, with this strength, but there's definitely someone or something in this energy coming in to support you with this. I'm seeing you reach out a hand. It's like take that hand that's coming into you, you reach out, and someone reaches in. How beautiful is that? Healing, very much healing pile here. Healing coming. And as with all readings, if you don't feel that this reading's for you, you can't take it. There are other readings you can choose from and see which one you feel drawn to. Okay, let's go into your charms. And we had the now, my own now, which I pulled. Oh, you know what the little tap was there. So that's losing a now. It's losing. I mean, that's a fake now. It's not a real one. But some of you may have like lost your sparkle or lost something. Yeah, and it's about finding it again, bringing that back one step at a time. So that's really interesting that was in there in the first place. And then I picked it out as well. Bringing your sparkle back here. Maybe we need some self-care going on, or treat yourself, you know, and looking forward to being in your divine feminine energy. All right. Let's go on to the dove, peace. And again, there was another pile. I didn't feel like they'd had much peace in their life. And I don't feel that you've had much peace of late. So over the next coming months, they're bringing in this wave of strength and peace for you. And it may be literal peace in your country, or peace and harmony in your relationships, or, you know, whether that's romantic or friendships or family. You know, it could cover the whole spectrum there of different situations. But how beautiful is that? Peace and honor and love and light. See the word manifestation. So maybe some of you are practicing manifestation or manifesting, or you want to start doing that, and that can help you to change your life and bring in that new energy. So each day have a small window of time, mantras, you know, to improve your mental health or your physical health, or it really helps to open the window to that new energy there. I'm seeing a load of candles being lit as well. So for the sorrow, for some of you may have lost people, all right? And I'm bringing in love from those people that you may have lost, okay? Heaven's side, to let you know they're all okay and everything's okay. And not to worry is the message that I'm being given there. And just so much peace. They're putting peace into your heart. Again, I don't feel you've particularly felt that much. A large proportion of you across the globe. All right, let's go on to the next one. And this again always reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune, but again, daisies. I was being reminded that it's like a daisy, and I'm seeing the daisies again today. And it's about, you know, fresh new beginnings and purity, and it is hope, and for me, freshness and renewal. Okay, and I've been given the word love too. And the Wheel of Fortune is about driving your own destiny, steering your own ship. I want to give you the sentence, you've got this, you can do this. So maybe a large proportion of you need to hear that right now. Okay, beautiful. Pile number 2. I really do surround this reading and you with so much protection, so much love, and so much light. Help is coming your way, but do reach out. All right, whether it's office stuff, family stuff, work stuff, bigger stuff, which we talked about, whatever it is, it's going to be okay, and you're going to be okay. All right. I feel this with so much love and so much light and so many blessings. If you like this reading, you can like and follow and all that jazz. And I will see you in your next reading. God bless. Hello, beautiful Seren Stars and pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. And you chose the beautiful Queen of Swords. Okay, as always, we're going to go over the basic meaning of the cards, and then we're going to shuffle some cards together. And then as a spiritualist medium, I'm going to tune in and I'm going to see what messages the cards and spirit give to me. Okay, and I want to thank you all for being here, because there's so many from across the globe, from all different countries. So I really am truly, truly grateful for you all being here. Okay, then let's get on to the basic meaning. So we have the Queen of Swords, and how beautiful is that? And I almost feel like she's kind of defending the truth, defending her ground here. But the Queen of Swords is intelligence, and it's intuitive, and she sees things clearly, and she cuts through the BS. She's wise, and definitely upholds the truth. She's independent, and she's very experienced in life. Let's go on to the beautiful Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups, I think I drew this yesterday, but from a different pack. I'm not sure if I've drawn it, correct me if I'm wrong, using this pack before, but it's a beautiful card there. So the Two of Cups is love and union and partnership. It can also be, action and collaboration with people, colleagues, family, friends. It doesn't just have to be a love partnership, but often it comes in that romantic sense of joining up with someone, your soulmate or twin flame kind of feeling there. And your third card is Justice, the tourmaline quartz. And as always, I mainly go for these ones because the crystals, but we still go over the basic meaning of justice. It's about balance. Again, this is a truth card, and this is an integrity. I'm seeing the sentence, the truth coming to light. So often when justice comes in, and it's usually the scales, isn't it? And that can be to do with legal matters, but not necessarily. It can be all different areas of your life that this is connected to. Okay, and the tourmaline quartz is, you've got the tourmaline, which is a very protective stone. That's always handy to carry a piece of that if you're feeling you need that kind of protection and transmutation of energy, transmuting energy. And the clear quartz would enhance that, and also gives clarification. Okay. I'm being given the word new beginnings as I look at that card too. So I will research again, because I always forget the meaning of all the crystals. Right, so we've gone over the basic meaning. Let's shuffle some cards for you, Spirit. And the cards, can you give us messages for pile number 3 for the future? These up and coming months, November, December, even going into January. Is there any you can shine light onto different areas of their life, please? I'd like a jumpy out card. I'd like something to just fly out for me today. Okay, we're gonna go with that one. Let's go with both. We go with both of those. Right, let's put that there. Let's go for the next pile. Any messages, Spirit, for pile number 3? Okay, we're gonna go with that one. Oops. Next pile, and I pulled the same card out twice, right? And I don't really pay attention. Oh, this has jumped out, so we're going to go for that one. Yeah, so pile 1, pile 2, I picked this card, the heart cards out, same one, twice. And that's been happening a lot of things in 2s, so maybe that is quite significant, whether it means numerology, it's something to do with 2s, or if you look at it as just the number 11, or it could been all sorts of things. I should probably look more into that. Right, okay, let's just take a little breath and a little bit, slow it down a little bit here. Smooth those over. We go like that. So let's start off with the Queen of Swords. I'm being given the word duality, okay? I will research more the spiritual meaning of duality, but it's like something happening at the same time, being part of one thing, but different, if that makes any sense, like the yin and the yang, or the I'm being given right or the wrong. It's like I'm being given the word opposites as well, but of the same thing. I'll look up the definition in the dictionary of duality, but that's what I'm being given. Being given the sentence "standing your ground," so it could be, and you can see her with her sword here, standing her ground here. So there may be something you have to voice, to protect yourself, to protect the truth. It could be something going on around you with work. It could be relationships. It could be, something justice. We have got the justice card. It could be legal matters. It could be all kinds of facets of life as always, but the message is the same. The core message remains the same. Honor, I'm getting the word honor again, and I got that over and over and over in pile 2. So if you felt drawn to that too, it's worth reading. But defending her honor, defending the truth. I'm seeing the word important, so it's like it's important to do that and stand up for whatever it is in this situation, what is right. And it could be something as basic as choosing what decor for your new home, and your partner is very pushy and they always decide, and it's like, no, I'm going to put my foot down here, I'm going to say my piece, and I'm going to go with what I think's right for a change. It could be something like that, or it could be on the biggest scale, like I said, something legal, or it could be some of you are going through a separation or a divorce, or you're planning a wedding and you want to put your foot down on maybe the mother-in-law. I'm being given that as an example, is interfering, and you're like, no, this is my wedding, our wedding, I'm deciding, keep butt out kind of thing. So there's all different situations where you may need to stand your ground and voice your opinion, okay, and do it boldly and do it with strength. I'm being given the sentence, the sky's the limit. That's really interesting. And endless possibilities. So over the next coming months, it's like there's what you thought was possible. Think beyond that, why think small type thing? Think bigger. Don't shrink yourself, to small schemes or small ways of living or small ideas of the different words and feelings I'm being given here. And again, duality. Maybe some of you are living, I'm being shown an example of someone living a double life, or something could have a double meaning to you. Okay, for sheer example, the sword may represent, strength, truth, and honor in one sense, and then in another sense, it will be representing kind of cutting ties, but it's still of the same thing, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm making myself clear here. Spirit, if you can help me to make this clear in the message. Honor one's truth, the sentence I'm being given there. Defend one's lands, defend one's opinions, defend one's rights. So some of you may be activists, working on behalf of, advocating on behalf of the voiceless, and people who can't advocate and speak for themselves. That could be a scenario here I'm seeing for some of you. It could be some of you are finally finding your voice and standing your ground. Again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, we're of both energies, or non-identifying. Okay, let's go to the next card. I think we will go on to the 2 of Cups. How beautiful is that? And I was being given the word duality there, and we have got, well, it's two, isn't it? The Two of Cups there. Okay, I'm trying to focus here. There's movement coming. I'm seeing that sentence, there's movement coming. I'm seeing the word flourishing. You will flourish. You will grow. You will learn. You will love. You are light. And they're drawing me into this beam of light there. So it's almost like you're kind of slightly back on the shadow side of whatever this is, okay? And as you're moving forward, then you're moving into this beaming, beautiful light there. So it's like the light is shining on. I'm being given the truth. The light is shining on the truth. But there's two of you involved here. So there's this duality and there's this union and there's two people. So again, it could be to do with your partnership, or it could be to do with a place that you work with or a colleague, or friendships, or all kinds of areas there to do with other people around. Been given the word special meaning. So there's someone around you or something that has a strong special meaning to you that's going to help walk you through and into this light, whereas here you are still slightly in the shadows there, but going forward over these next couple of months, it's like going back to the light, into the light, and feeling, I can feel the sun on my face as I'm talking about it. And it's come up in other readings of people who felt kind of in the shadows and not feeling the light and not feeling the kind of fun on earth. They've been kind of stuck in this other place. It's not felt as good or as positive. So that moving forward, it is this abundance and this positivity in the future for you, whatever this is surrounding. But God, yeah, I keep seeing that word duality when they repeat and repeat words. I don't want to stop and start Googling that there. Important friendships is the word I'm being given now. Seeing you through. So whether it's romantic or just platonic, there's definitely strong friendships that are seeing you through this next phase in your life. And I see now you running towards it. You're running towards this light and you're running towards this new person, this new opportunity, this new thing, like with open arms. I've seen the word correlation. So a correlation between two things, and that would make sense with like duality. They correlate, don't they? Again, work, relationships, all kinds of things that this could be to do with. Been given the word understand you. Spirit obviously understand if they're giving me these message, or you may understand as you're listening how this message relates, because I don't always necessarily understand which area of life for you or scenario that it would relate to, but you would probably understand better. So put in the comments if you do understand how that connects and correlates to your life, this duality, this dual thing. Maybe you are living a double life, almost as like two people for some of you. I'm being shown that. Being shown the LGBT community again, so they're covering all people across the world. So they're just showing me that as a section. Maybe you've had to live dual personalities, different hats again and stuff like that. Maybe you're more in your feminine energy one moment and then you're masculine another time in another scenario. It could be that situation, yeah, but you're kind of running to, and I'm seeing them kind of coming together, and you finding they're showing me like what's the word, where they come together in a harmonious way, so it's not feeling so disjointed, the two sections of that life. Anything else, Spirit, that you can give me? Just move forward. Maybe they lean on to the next card. So what cards shall we go for next? Let's go for this one. This one I feel the most drawn to. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition. Turn your gaze within. All paths lead home. So, if it is like a choice of which way to be, these two energies, or which person to go for, which job or which partner, or if that's on the cards, if it is like a choice situation, or upholding the truth in a situation, or perhaps listening to your inner intuition and your inner authority, going within. It could be meditation, it could be getting away for a break so you can just clear your head. And I'm being like, it feels like a maze here. Whenever I look at this, it feels like a maze. And it also reminds me of Stonehenge, which is like a really sacred spot in the UK, really old, historic, thousands of years old, I believe. And it's kind of aligned up with the planets, planetary astrology. I'll Google, I'll put more info in there for you, because I'm not really an expert on that. And I feel I'm being given the word as well, lost as well, feeling a bit lost, and you're wanting to get to this middle, and I'm being given the sentence middle ground. I'm being given the word merging, so merging of like two things, and duality again. Anything else you can give me? I'm being given unwavering faith. Okay, so I think that's important. Whatever's going on for you at the moment in your life, that you have unwavering faith in your potential, unwavering faith in the possibilities, and unwavering faith in the positive outcomes, and what you can achieve in life. As maybe some of you are feeling a bit at the moment, I'm not quite there, or haven't quite decided, or we're not quite in the right place, but it's have faith in yourself, have faith in others, have faith in humankind, as we can sometimes lose that, can't we? As I said in a message yesterday, we can kind of lose the trust there. Have faith in yourself, most definitely. I'm being given, get to the core, get to the root cause of the problem. So I'm seeing someone put like a sticky plaster over like a wound, so it's or a bit of tape or something over a crack in a wall. So it's like, you don't do like a small, we're just going to ignore this, we're just going to cover it up, no one's going to see that. It's like, well, how did you get that wound? How did you, the crack up in the wall, go back and look. Are there areas in your life in the past that perhaps you haven't wanted to look at, or deal with? Because working with past traumas or past hurts can help us, get into the root cause of perhaps, mental health issues which are caused by past trauma, can affect, your health, your physical health, not just your mental health. So for some of you, maybe I'm seeing the word therapy. It may be having therapy to help you to get to the root cause. I'm being given tools and new ways of thinking and learning to move forward on these, these next couple of months, and even into next year. It feels there's positivity, and light at the end of the tunnel here. Is there anything else, Spirit, you can give to me, telling me to focus? Yeah, duality again, over and over and over again. Duality, what do you mean by duality? Is there anything I've missed? Dual meaning, two meanings, one thing with different meanings. Let's go into the other cards and see if anything more comes out to make more sense of that. What should we go on? Should we go on to this one next? Wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. How beautiful is that? And it's like, whenever I look at this, it's like she's on the outside of another planet or another universe, but she's about to like dive right in there. So I feel that whatever this is, you're kind of on the precipice, you're on the edge of whatever it is. And it almost feels like she's a little bit hesitant, you know, she's like, well, shall I go forward with this? Shall I, you know, is this gonna work out right, you know? But wheels are in motion, the wheels are turning. I'm being given light and dark, and that is duality, isn't it? Of the same energy. It's the same energy, but different aspects of it. So I'm being shown that. And we had the dark here and we had the light there. Maybe some of you have been living too much in your shadow self, and that's when we talked about therapy and working on your shadow self, getting to the root cause of perhaps living more in your darker shadow self rather than, you know, it's time to step into the light. It's saying it's not time yet. Things are being woven. Maybe it's about patience. I'm seeing the word patience there. But it's all the wheels are in motions, the wheels are turning. And over the next coming months, you're going to be seeing this and being given the word changes. And again, some of you may have to change people around you and your environments or your jobs or your way of thinking and your way of being, which I'm being given so much, and jumping on this energy portal that we have at the moment. And that was about fast acting. That was about getting on, you know, and jumping onto that wave of this, which will help carry you forward into the new. Is there anything else, Spirit, that you can give me from this card? Being given the entire universe has your back. The entire universe. So that energy you can tap into, you know, what you give out, you get back. So if you're giving out positive energy and thoughts and putting in the work, you're going to receive that back, that abundance back and those blessings back. If you're living in the dark and you're giving out dark thoughts or anger or fear and all that, you're going to kind of keep yourself there, aren't you? Imprisoned almost. So step into the light. Okay, let's go on to the next card. Next month looks promising. Okay, and we're talking about the months ahead, aren't we? So that's beautiful. And I will look up number 35, the numerology and spiritual meaning of that. And are these peonies? I'm not sure if they're roses or peonies, and I think I've got them there, those flowers there. So that's I will look that up and see the meaning of those flowers, because I'm sure it's a peony. How beautiful is that though? That's really positive. And that, you know, that talks about that light and that those new things coming in here. And we've got the light there. Obviously you're going to have to stand your ground, even if that's just against yourself. Sometimes we have to self-talk, don't we? We have to put ourselves in place when we're kind of living too much in the shadow and not in the light. And this beautiful pink there is like love and warmth. And the Two of Cups is also a love card. I mean, it could be sheer like romantic love and meeting someone, or it could be about loving yourself and letting yourself heal and move forward. Anything else you can give me? I'm seeing someone jogging. So maybe some of you, you know, getting fit, you're working out, you know, you've got a special event. I've been shown a lot about special events. Obviously, this time of year, we have all that coming up and you want to look your best and your fittest in your outfit. And I'm seeing a man in a suit and he's putting the suit on. I'm being given wedding again. So some of you, weddings could be coming up, whether it's your own or someone else's, or you're attending these. There's someone who's looking really smart and really dapper. You know, it's about looking your best when you're going into this new phase of your life and these new events that are coming up. Putting your best foot forward is the sentence that I'm seeing now. Been given the word holy month. I don't know if they call December holy month. I know we have lots of celebrations across the globe. Maybe in your country they call it holy month. But that's beautiful. Okay, last but not least, is that my beloved or my beloved? I can't read that word there. We go with my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. from love for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. And here we have space and time and different universes there. Let's turn it over. Oh, how beautiful is that? Being embraced by these huge angel wings coming in and wrapping around you. And we have the card here that for me mostly symbolize, although I tune in and see different things, it's core meaning and most meaning, you know, love and unity there. So if you do meet someone, let us know in the comments if someone is coming in. And there could be friendships. It doesn't always have to be romantic love, but we've got these two hearts there as well. So it's definitely important about the two thing and the duality there. The yin and the yang I'm seeing. Spirit, can you give any other messages before we go on to some charms? Poise. Poise means like standing tall and poised and kind of ready. So for women, it might be standing elegantly, but in this case, poised. Anyone could use that terminology. I'm standing poised and confident. Confident to move forward. I mean, showing someone moving forward. Again, it's this man in a suit and he's got these, it's like a light coloured suit. It's almost grey. But it's a really nice tailored suit and really smart. So for some of you, that could be very, very significant to a particular outfit you've chosen or someone around you is going to be wearing. But your best foot forward, put your best foot forward, okay? Whatever it is in life, always put your best foot forward. Anything else that you can give us, Spirit? They're saying charms. Take some charms. Okay. Let's go for the charms. Give me a shake. Right. I'm going to look away. Shimmer them around a bit more. And then we're going to take one. Oh, I have a beautiful bow there. And that always reminds me of like a gift. Let's give them a little shake. Right. Where we go, where we go, where we go. Again, I'm always pulling this. How many have we got in there? I'm thinking, are there just millions of them? We've got 1, 2, 3 of them. That's not too many. Considering how many charms, but again, to be pulling the same ones, reading after reading after reading. Let's go with the bow there. So it very much reminds me of a gift coming your way, and around that time we will be giving gifts to each other. But this was more of a gift, as in a life opportunity or a person coming into your life. Anything else you could give me there, Spirit? I'm seeing someone literally wrapping up a parcel and giving it to someone special. So that could be you giving the parcel to someone special. And I'm seeing a male. It can be female, but with very male energy, or non-identified. But it's a really special gift, and it's going to mean so much for you. Anything else that you can give me? Been given the words flying high. So you can almost feel like you're flying high and buzzing off of this gift that you're being given from life and from other people. And again, duality, I'm being given there. And this always reminds me, again, I've said this so many times, it's pulled out so many times, the Wheel of Fortune and steering your own ship in your own destiny. It also reminds me of like a daisy, which I've been given a lot in readings, which is, you know, connecting with love as well and hope and new opportunities. Anything else you can give me? Replenish and renew. I'm seeing those words there. The wheels keep on turning. I've been given that a lot. Anything else? Hope springs eternal. I've been given that a lot in the readings lately. So that's beautiful to receive that message. And you are loved. You're so, so loved is a huge part of this message here too. And we have this card which, you know, really strongly represents love and union. Okay, that is your reading pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give us a like and follow and help this global channel grow and have more people to take part. The bigger it gets, I think when we get to 1,000, I'll probably start to do lives once a week. I was going to do them sooner, but I didn't have as much response to the post when I queried about it. So I thought, okay, let's set it to 1,000 followers and then we'll start to do lives each week, and we'll do little free readings in the chats for people, and just be lovely to connect as well. Okay, so that's your end of your reading, and I fill it with so much light, so much love, and so many blessings, and I'll see you in your next reading. God bless.